The Coulter Homes Inside World Pickleball Show on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Coulter Homes, home of World Pickleball Open. Get pickling. And by Engage Pickleball, because I win with it.
Welcome back to Coulter Homes Inside World Pickleball. Let's go out to California, San Clemente, where the PPA kicked off their Orange County Cup, and Melissa McCurley was there.
Thanks, Carl. I'm Melissa McCurley here at the PPA Orange County Cup in San Clemente, California, where over 850 players have competed from 29 states, competing for medals and some of the biggest prize money in all of pickleball. We saw Championship Sunday in a format of 3 of 5 to 11, win by 2, and it was kicked off with women's singles. And this match did not disappoint between number 1 world pickleball ranked Leah Jansen facing off against Anna Lee Waters, going the distance, winning in 5, 8-11, 10-12, 11-8, 11-7, 11-8.
Jansen can add to her resume women's.
And then on to the men's pro singles, where number 1 Ben Johns faced off against number 2 Jay DeVillers. They both cruised in 4 matches to the finals, but there was no cruising in that final as it went 4, with Johns winning 7-11, 11-3, 11-3, 11-5. And in the women's doubles pro finals, this featured the number 1 women's doubles team in the world, Lucy Kovalova and Simone Jargin, against the mother and daughter duo of Anna Lee Waters and Lee Waters. Both had 2 matches to the finals, with Team Waters getting a walkover from the semis into the final. And the crowd was on their feet for this one as it went 4, with Kovalova and Jargin winning 11-1, 10-12, 11-3, 11-6. And then for the men's pro doubles final, this featured number 1 team in the world, Ben Johns and Colin Johns, versus number 2 Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman. Each had 3 matches to the finals, with Johns and Johns not dropping a single game, and McGuffin and Newman only dropping 1 game. This final showed true heart and grit of what it takes to be a champion, as the Johns brothers win in straight games, 12-10, 11-6, 11-7. Thanks, Carl. That's a wrap for this week at the PPA Orange County Cup, where the spectators came in record numbers and the energy was electrifying as they enjoyed seeing some of the best pro players in all of the country.
This is Lee Rosenthal with Inside World Pickleball. This is The Competitive Edge. I'm here today with Steve Kennedy, senior professional pickleball player and instructor, who is a regular on Inside World Pickleball with your Engage Tips of the Week. What's going on, Steve?
Well, you know, we're stepping out of COVID here. Pickleball is taking off. I understand that the numbers are over 4.5 million players playing. What I'm starting to see a lot is the age that's dropping down, and it's starting to get in. I'm seeing a lot of 30, 35-year-olds, 40. So the demographics are changing. Things are becoming so exciting in this game right now that from that perspective, it's great because, you know, I teach full time. And so the numbers are great. I'm really busy, and tournament-wise, I've played 4 tournaments this year and finished twice second and twice first. So it's been a good year for me.
What are you doing to maintain your competitive edge?
Well, you know what I like to do. Look, I like to joke around, as you know. I'm a joker, I'm a prankster, but on the other hand, when I practice with quality and intent. I don't practice a lot, but when I go out there for an hour, it's an hour of all I got, with a purpose, with a meaningful, whether I'm working on my thirds or my drives or transition. So my 1 hour, when I look over at all my friends that are playing rec play on the side, I'm looking at myself going, I don't think they're working on anything mindful. And when I practice, I'm very mindful of what I work on.
What are the most important drills to work on, Steve?
I spend a lot of time in transition here. So 5 feet inside the baseline, all the way up to the kitchen line, and learning how to go from one spot to the next, being balanced and ready for what's coming at you, and having recognition on the shot, on your shot. If you know that you've hit a quality ball, you know the options are limited on what's coming back. If you've hit a ball that's sat up a little bit too big, right? You may not close that kitchen line so much. So understanding what kind of position you're in, whether you're offense, defense, or neutral. So as we're transitioning, recognizing those things, paddle positioning, right? Balance, all those things are things that you need to concentrate on. So, you know, look, there's a lot of good drills out there, but my biggest #1 point would be to get the person to move to their next spot and be balanced when they get there and have recognition of what's about to come back at them.
What are some of your suggestions to maintain that competitive advantage?
I mean, look, we all need to recognize where we're at. Look, as much as I'd like to play like Ben Johns or one of the top pros, my limitations are I'm 55 years old, right? I could probably stand to lose 10 or 15 pounds. I can't jump the lines. Maybe my reflexes are not as good as what they were. So I need to understand what my limitations are and then try to push a little bit beyond that. So I've got to realize that I can't do Ernie's as well as I'd like to. I can't recover as much as I would like to, as far as if I'm out of position. So I would say, you know, find a quality pro that can teach you, you know, what you can do age appropriate, because I think at 21 is a big difference in when you're 51 in what you should be trying. So, you know, I don't know if that answers the question or not, but, you know, it starts there of recognizing what are your limitations and then try to get a little bit beyond that.
I love it. We appreciate you here on Inside World Pickleball, today on the Competitive Edge, as well as your tips of the week. Continued success, Steve Kennedy.
Thank you, Lee. I really appreciate it, my friend.
All right, man.
All righty.